What's up guys, and welcome back to another video from me. It's been a while since I've done a Forza video. So I've just recently finished the AMC series, which is the American Muscle Car series, on my forums. It was a 5 race series that went up right up to the very line, the last race of the series, to decide who won the overall Drivers' Championship, the Team Championship and the Privateer Championship as well. So it was really exciting. There's good battles in it, and some absolutely awesome racing. Got a great group of guys to race with. But that's hosted on my forum. The new one we're doing is the JDM. You've probably seen the promo for it. That's the same sort of series. That's going to be 6 races just using JDM cars. So it should be really interesting and a fun race as well. So far I think we've got about 15-16 people signed up for it, so we're going to have a good couple of lobbies lined up for that as well. So there's going to be some close, fast and exciting racing in that. For this video, what I'm going to do is this is the car that I used in the first AMC race, which was at Road Atlanta, not Road America as I usually say. It was definitely Road Atlanta. And in the first race, everybody was allocated 500 PI. As the races went on, people were deducted PI depending where they were in the championship, to try and make it a little bit more even, and hopefully spread the field out a little bit. It worked a little bit, not as well as it did, because it's quite amazing what you can do when you've got reduced PI. For most of the season I was down to 470 I think it was, as was a few other people. So it made quite a challenging build and tune for the car. When you're restricted on 30 PI in C class, it does make it a little bit difficult. But for the first race, everybody was allocated 500 PI, so that's C class, and the car we have is the car we have on the screen, which is the 1970 Dodge Challenger RT. This was built to C500. You can see the speed and the handling stats there, loads of acceleration, 433 horsepower, weighs under 3,000 pounds, so it was quite nice to drive. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the upgrades and the tune for you, so you can follow along and build it as well. I'll just show you quickly where it is on the Rivals time. This was during the race, I think it was, that we got this. So we'll just scroll across to Road Atlanta. There we go. And my fastest time on this was a 1:33.168, so that's 247th on the leaderboard. Not too bad. It's quite an easy car to drive, surprisingly little oversteer, and it is quite controllable. But I'm going to get onto the building tune for you now. So as I say, you can follow along if you wish. So first of all, we will go to upgrades, and we'll scroll across to conversions. The engine we got in this is the 5.7 litre V8. With that, if you install that, you do actually lose quite a bit of weight, which is key when it comes to racing. Less weight is always better. So that's the engine we've gone with that. Drivetrain, we have left it rear wheel drive. Aspiration conversion, we've gone with the centrifugal supercharger. It's the best stats for most of the conversions. Turbos, you do see originally that you do get more horsepower, but it's where it kicks in a very low rev range. So when you're normally coming out of corners and stuff like that, you get a big burst of power, and it can make the car uncontrollable. And for the amount of weight compared to the amount of horsepower you get, that is the best one to use. Okay, so that's those done. We'll move on to engine upgrades. So the air filter is stock. Fuel system is stock as well. Ignition is stock. Exhaust is stock. Cams are stock as well. Valves are sport. Displacement is stock. Pistons and compression are stock as well. Supercharger, we've got the sport supercharger in. Intercooler will be stock. Never add those parts unless you really have to. Stock for oil and coolant as well. If you add those two, they do add more weight, and the weight for the horsepower you get actually makes the car a little bit slower, in my opinion. If you find different, let me know. And finally, the flywheel is stock as well. So that's all the engine upgrades done. Platform and handling, brakes are race. Springs and dampers are race as well. Anti-roll bars are race. Rear anti-roll bars are race as well. Roll cage, we have gone with the first option with this. You can see if you move the two up, it improves his launch and braking a little bit, but doesn't really do much with the handling. But you also get a lot more weight. So I've gone with that one because you get minimal weight, and I believe, yeah, you get better launch and braking with that as well. So that's the one I went with. Weight reduction, we've gone with a full race weight reduction for the Challenger. Drivetrain, clutch, we've got stock. I use manual with clutch on the settings, so I don't need that. If you use manual with clutch, don't install the clutch upgrade because it doesn't make any difference whatsoever. It just spends PI that you can spend elsewhere. Transmission, we've got the street transmission in. Driveline is race. Differential is race as well. So next, the important bit, the tyres. Tyres, we've gone with a street compound. In C-Class, you don't need race tyres at all. They'll give you too much grip and take away a lot of PI that you can use on power. So yeah, we've gone with the street tyres. Front tyre width is the first option. Rear tyre width is the 1, 2, 3, 4th option. Wheels we have on this, I can never remember what these are. Hopefully, yep, we've got those Volk T37s. I do find those probably lose you the most weight out of all the wheels, generally 9 times out of 10, so they're usually the best ones to go with. And rim size, upgrade to the first one on the front. I believe the rear will be the same. Yes, it is. First one on the rear. Next and last, we have aero. So the front bumper is the race. Rear wing is race as well. And the bonnet, we have no bonnet upgrade on it. You can add one if you wish, but I drive in car and I find that if you have that bonnet or that bonnet, it kind of hampers the view going into corners, so I stick with that one. Although if you want to lose £7, you can stick it on. It's probably helpful if you use the outer car view. It doesn't really make much difference on that. So that is the build for that car. We'll have a look at the tune now. So tyres, 28 on the front and 27.5 on the rear. Gearing, we can't actually do anything with it because we've got the street gearbox in, but that works out fairly well. Alignment, negative 2.4 and negative 1.7 for camber. 0 toe on the front and negative 0.2 on the rear. And the front caster angle is at 5.7. Anti-roll bars, 17 for the front and 20.6 for the rear. Springs, 535.5 and 468.4. Right height is dropped all the way as low as we can go. Damping, 9.9 and 10.1 for front and rear rebound. Front bump is 6.7, rear bump is 4.2. Aero is 100 and 200. Braking, I've got it set as 51% and 105%, but obviously you guys can set that however you wish. And finally, differential, we have 75% and 90%. So that should give you the stats on the left. Apparently good for 156.4 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds, and 0 to 100 in 10.3. So yeah, this car is really good to drive. It's really easy to drive, surprisingly. It's got a lot more grip than you would expect, and it is. Yeah, it served me well. I think I finished third or fourth. I think I finished in the first race. There were some other cars that were possibly faster, but I couldn't get on with them at all. It's just preference. I actually preferred this bad boy. It is possibly one of the bigger muscle cars, one of the wider, which makes it interesting when you have to overtake, or somebody tries to overtake you. You can spread yourself out over the road a little bit more. And yeah, overall served me well. I really like this car. I use it in lobbies as well, and it's just something a little bit different that you can take out on track and have a race. So there you go, guys. That's my latest building tune. It's been a while since my last one, but I thought I'd share this with you and get you guys to try it and let me know what you think. So as always, if you enjoyed this and you want to see some more, obviously hit the like button, the share, subscribe, or do the stuff that you continue to do and help my channel grow that a little bit larger. Getting towards the 5,000 sub mark now, which is quite significant. Never did I believe that I'd get anywhere near 5,000 subs when I started this. So thank you to each and every one of you. So there you go, guys. I'll leave you with that. You can take this car out on track, burn some rubber, and kick some ass. So until my next video, guys, I'll see you soon.